Welcome to the 69th MLP Drawing School live streaming thingy ma flob flob.
Ayo.
Today we have an army.
Favorite.
So, working down our list here, we have Allie Claw,
Howdy, howdy.
who starts with an A, so she always seems to go first. Unless if someone wants, like, something before L.
It's a
Anyway,
conspiracy.
yeah. We have Q pencil case.
Hello.
We got Gift.
Yeah, hey.
You're
Hi.
critiquing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I had to double check there. We got Poofy's Eye.
Hello.
We got Vital Mender. Oh, we got me. Squeal!
Beautiful entrance.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so the way this game works is we're going to break off into pairs and we're going to just start redlining the living life out of these pictures. If you are in this chat or can hear us, all of one person who's not in the other chat, Tarson. Feel free to throw art at us or ask questions. Oh, we got an orange juice Russ. There's another person. Oh no, Allie.
How dare.
And a weird looking horse.
A horse?
Of
course.
Of course. Alright, so let's go Q pencil case, Princess Fluffy's Eye, and Vital Mender. You three want to do that top one?
Oh yes.
Wait, I thought we were doing gifts for... Oh wait, never mind, you're signing.
Yeah, I'm assigning work to people. So they can redline. Feel free to do both of those gray ones because they're the same artist, so we can talk about them at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna, and myself, Allie Claw, and who am I? Gift is gonna talk about Gift's art because Gift is here. Make sense? Good.
Totally makes sense.
All right. So, you want to tell us a little bit about this picture?
And obviously there are 3 ponies in it. And one got pooped on the snoot, fell down, the other is laughing about it. And the third pony is sitting there and eating cookies. Besides, they are all under a blanket fort, something like that. Makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right, so what issues are you running into with this one?
The thing you said yesterday about the cookie eating pony, you said it looks sad, something like that?
I said it looked angry.
Angry.
Yeah.
It's chewing. I don't know. It's chewing cookies.
I think it may have to do with, the positioning of the eyes. They have a slight slant, silly things like that, even the slightest slant can change the expression because just eyes are so sensitive and expressive like that. So if you were to round out the top more, instead of having this orange slant I have here, that's kind of what's giving that angry feeling, like what Living Dead's doing. Oh, jeez, wrong layer. Back out, abort!
The board!
Okay, you
Those
got
were
the
the-
angry eyebrow there forever. I can't abort anymore. So, yeah, like what Living Dead's doing, you really like bringing those happy arches and big old smile, even with the chewy mouth, that kind of stuff.
Where's the color picker? Color picker.
So the eyes are more... Alright.
Ellie, is there no color picker?
But I don't know, the rest seems to be pretty good. I have no idea.
What'd you have to say there, Zom? I didn't hear
I was looking for a color picker. Is there not one here?
There
Oh,
is.
there it
I
is.
use, if you hold, hold on,
I got it.
Control.
yeah, control.
I'm using it as the eraser. Don't tell anyone.
You're beautiful.
Beautiful, it's true.
I don't know if you find any errors in it or stuff that could be better. I mean, there's always things that could be better, but
Oh, we got a small army of people. Hello, every army of people. Pucker Serve, Tarson, Horse, and... Wait, there was another name. And the weird-looking horse. I don't see the creepy-looking image there. What do you mean by the creepy-looking image? Right, looking at the bodies. The ribs of Zom here make sense in context because it is an undead creature, but that seems like it would really, really hurt to sit in for any non-undead creature.
Yeah.
Just because the curve in and then the hip out. Like, ponies are essentially jelly beans. They tend to all move in one squishy movement. So if you're trying to do that sitting up pose, basically just flatten out the chest a bit, pop that hip up. I'll choose a slightly different color to show this a bit better. Pop that hip. Round that gut out. Because dang it, Zom's had one too many brain shakes.
Dang that Zom.
Yeah. Legs
Yeah, kind of. The hoof
yeah.
got over the other, and I don't know where to put it. Really, oh, that's a bit.
Well, so gift pony here, this one, that's gift, right?
No,
That's his eye?
no. I'm a cookie eating.
You're the cookie eating monster. Got it. Alright, so then I'm seeing or basically he's standing straddling between between this hip here, right?
Yeah.
So how would I get rid of that leg so it's out of the way and not odd?
Sorry.
It's all yours.
My client's frozen. I would draw over it. But I don't know. I think it would take some relaying out of the structure. I wish I could just draw over it.
Restart your draw pile.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's just like my computer's being a bum. Continue on without me. Sorry. I'll be back in a second.
All right, the weird-looking horse. So we chose two pictures for a reason. We didn't see any major differences in any changes between them. We know you shaded that third one, but the reason we chose the two that we have of yours is, first of all, to reduce the amount of work we're doing, because we're going to just be repeating a lot of things for the two of them. But you had one with the body and one with the face close up, so we can sort of get critique for both parts. There is nothing substantial we could have critiqued on the third one that would have changed between 1 and 2. And this is the thing about critique and trying to get multiple critiques before taking the time to absorb that critique you've got and put it to your work. It's not going to do much for you because you've just got some new information. You haven't really taken the time to process, work through it. Actually apply it to your art and figure out why we've gone through this or why we've said what we have and how it can help you. Or maybe we're just wrong. It happens. But the moral of the story here, before I go on a tangent, getting constant iterative or a bunch of critiques at once is not effective to the learning process, at least from what we have experienced within our art community and among a bunch of other users. So we try and reduce the amount of critique we're giving across multiple pictures to just narrow it down. It's a lot easier to focus on a few large things than a bunch of small things. All right. Did you manage to get back in, Ellie?
I believe so. I'm just quick testing if I can draw again. Yeah, I can draw again. All right. So please do remind me what pony we were talking about.
The gift or the Zom in the middle.
Zom. So the issue was how the leg was?
Yep.
Okay, so I think we could look at it like, you know, how a butt interacts with the seat. It flattens out because, you know, hard surface against soft surface. So I think one of the things we can consider is that we could have like a nice squish of the circle here. And maybe instead of the leg being flat like this, we consider a skeletal structure with the leg poking up. So we get like a really squished together knee. And then we get the hawk down here. Something a little levitated, like, you know, how when you fall back, maybe your front leg comes up, or, you know, your body kind of pulls the rest of you with it.
Yeah.
That would be my 2 cents to give it a little bit more of a dynamic pose and also feel more natural with the body structure. Because right now the leg feels it feels forced past where it could comfortably
I
sit.
know, it looks a bit like, yeah. There's like no motion in the
It's
arm.
like, oh no, you boot me, I fell back slightly, my leg, you know, flopped back with me.
Yeah, it makes more sense to have it like that instead of the other way.
You know, little chest floofs. 'Cause chest floofs are great.
Because he's got like 6 hairs on his head, but
Listen, it's a very cuddly zombie horse.
as established by the phone. We got called friendos. It's another person using friendos.
Friendos, that's like my favorite breakfast cereal.
Oh, I think you might just
I've
be eating
always
people.
to think about No Country for Old Men when hearing Fendo.
All right, so Gift, I've just done a mild correction to Fluffy's arm. What basically I've just brought it in because both arms sticking out is sort of like a zombie walk. You know, my brains, or going in for a hug. But in reality, he's just supposed to be booping, right?
Yeah, he was the pooping one, and
Yeah. So by pulling in the other arm, it keeps that balance to the body without pulling it too far forward. Yeah, you can throw something at our face, Pucker Steve. Sturve. Yeah. And we'll get to it in a few pictures from now. If you can please stand by as we complete your critique. Alright, do you have any other questions for this one, Gift?
no, all these changes make a lot of sense and look much better than what I did. That's very helpful.
Don't be like that.
It's
You
all
did
a
an awesome job.
process. You really did. It's all so cute. It really is.
All right, we're gonna scroll up here, and we have 2 pictures by this artist, and there we go. They're actually in the chat, so hopefully they can answer some questions that our critiquers have. So this one is THA41, or better known as Horse in here. No, not Horse. What's the other one? The weird-looking horse. All right, take it off, second critiquing army, and first critiquing army. I'm gonna post that other picture for Pucker Steve. Okay.
I'm guessing when I turn off layers, it's like just for me, and not.
Yeah,
like,
it's just for you.
So I guess just I was hoping I could go through them bits at a time, but whatever. So this very very nice picture. You've clearly got a nice sort of proportion and shape going there, which is really good to see. So I'm going to talk about the middle one, the headshot, just to start with, and then we'll move on to the full body one. So the first thing that draws out to me is the lines are very very thin. And you're really not doing yourself a huge favor. I think it's best to sort of practice with slightly thicker lines and then move to thinner ones when you've gotten more practiced with it, because that sort of thickness is only really effective when you're using a really thin when you're drawing a picture with a lot of detail, and you have the room to add all these thin lines and everything to really illustrate the fineness of that detail. So I'd say just don't be afraid to make some thicker lines. It adds a lot of sort of depth and life to the picture, especially for a cartoony style like this. Second thing, the first thing I changed when I was doing my redlining was the ears. They're very, very small, and of course different people like different sizes of ears. I usually draw mine even bigger than that, but I drew show style ears there for you, just to show sort of the. I circled the head, did the whole cross thing to show where the face is sitting and the eyes. Actually, I feel like the eye on the right could be moved over, looking at where the center of the face is, but I only kind of sloppily drew that cross on, so I might be wrong there. But the ears definitely, I drew them much bigger here. They got a very sort of attentive, I mean, obviously grinning, so like I thought doing the ears pointed straight up would be good. Obviously, don't forget, like, you know, they have floppy ears that move around as they're listening to things and with their emotion as well. Like you constantly see them sort of like drooping their ears in the show when they're sad, or perking them up again when they're happy or excited or afraid. So just it's important to remember that it's part of their expression and part of their emoting is the direction you've got their ears. So you know, I've redlined the shape there. That's pretty simple to see. The other thing is the hair. The hairline at the top falls very flat. It doesn't go. Where's my laser pen thing? It doesn't go very far above the head, above where the hair at the bottom actually goes. So it makes the whole hair on the original drawing look very flat, like it's just kind of a mop of spaghetti thrown in the head, basically. It's just a case of sort of trying to thicken it out. I mean, I just kind of roughly drew it. I don't really know what sort of style you were going for, whether it's sort of like a dreadlocks thing or if it's like just strands of hair that are brushed to the side. So I kind of kept it ambiguous, but just have the hairline go behind the ears. A good practice that you see most people doing, and you don't have to do this, of course, but a good suggestion is do the ears coming out from the side of the fringe, and then draw the actual hairline going behind the ears, because it really helps to define these ears are in the middle of the head, not behind the head, because you know that's what you're trying to go for ultimately. The hair goes all the way over to the back of the head, so it's going to go behind the ears. So it just adds a bit of depth to have that overlap. But just make sure it's nice and thick. Don't be afraid to exaggerate. Make the shapes nice and defined. And that goes to the back here too and everything. That's pretty much that for the hair. It's not too hard to figure out. Just really push that weight and shape there. You know, it's a harder thing to do, but I find it easier when you're drawing slightly smaller. It's a trap I see a lot of people working on big canvases fall into. Is they draw super big, and then it takes a lot of effort to exaggerate shapes because they're already big for your hand to be drawing and for your eye to be seeing. But moving on, the eyes, I felt the pupils were way too thick. You don't have to listen to this at all, of course, but I just sort of was experimenting with what they'd look like, shrank down a bit. I also sort of changed the highlights to be more show style, but again, you don't have to do that. I think it looks cleaner, it looks nicer, and the pupils being smaller definitely works well with this emoting grin sort of expression, because it's happy, it's excited. I feel like the larger pupils are more for sort of like a more calm and laid back sort of expression, like if they're sort of heartwarmingly smiling kind of thing, or like if they're sad, you tend to see the big pupils. But it's up to you what sort of expression, what sort of feeling you're trying to put across. And the last thing is I just played with the mouth just to show you sort of I mean, there's nothing essentially wrong with how you did the mouth initially, so this was just my playing around. But the show style I noticed, this is something I studied years ago, but like the way they do the teeth, they sort of have them coming in like this, and they have one overlap, and then the other one come out from underneath. So it sort of shows the two sets of teeth clenched together, and shows where they are in the mouth. And of course you've got like the side bit to have the cheek fold, a little bit overlapping on this side here, just to show it's where like the top of the mouth is, where it leads into the muzzle. But that was all just my playing around. If you think that mouth doesn't look very nice, then it's by all means just do it the way you want. But I was just sort of playing around with that to show how much more life you could sort of put into it. I do love the neck. The neck has a good thickness, and the way it leads into the body is really nice here. So that's definitely very good. Let's keep Penske's adding her trademark fluff. Very good. But that's all I had to say on that part. Anyway, does Vital keep case want to lead us on the picture to the right? Unless the person in the chat has more questions about this one. I have to find it because we're opening it. I had it open from last time. Yay. Just trying to get into the stream. Do you guys have any comments of winners?
I think Q Pencil Case might have some things to say.
Just did the spine because I think the tail was coming down.
Which one? Oh, yeah. So you're talking about the one on the right. Okay, I was just asking if there are any pointers for the one I was doing first, but if we're ready, then we can move on. I was just trying to look in the chat to see if they had any responses.
They're the weird-looking horse. If you're looking for them.
Okay. Yeah, I can't. They haven't. Oh, I'll remember to add fluffs in the future. In future's pencil. So, do you want to talk about the one you're doing, Cubenskis? Or Vital?
I did the spine here. This would be the spine.
Mm-hmm.
Tail coming out a little bit up.
Yeah,
middle.
Very
but...
very low down. Yeah, you're right there. So I think about like being the tailbone. It's always going to come out the very base of the spine.
This might be style, but I like the hooves to be hard bottom. So I made the.
I think it's a little bit style, but I mean you're definitely not wrong with that. So you sort of have a flatter bottom. That's what you're saying. Is that right?
Yes.
Cool. I see you've done the same thing with the mane, or Vital has.
Right.
Making it thicker at the top. Is there anything else you did, CPC?
Just did that.
There we go. Now it's good. More fluff. Vital, did you have anything?
You pretty much covered what all I was going to say with because you were talking about the mane already, and I was just basically doing the same thing you did with adding some depth to the mane and showing that it's not just the little flat squiggles on the head.
Mm.
So yeah, that was pretty much what I was going to say, and that and the eye shines and stuff.
Mm.
Black soulless eyes are kind of scary, so it's good to add an eye shine in there.
They might not have gotten to that, but who knows? Because they definitely had it in the other one. It's just it was like a really blurred sort of circle. Whereas it looks it's much more thick in the show, which I like to do because it makes it look very glossy. But it's up to each individual person. Some people want to do more realistic gloss and stuff. But it depends on the style you're using. I would say I like the face and body shape on this one. I don't think there's anything glaringly obvious, like legs being too long or like neck being in the wrong place. Again, you've got very good proportions and shape. I did think the muzzle, I kind of do a little bit on that just because, I mean, some people prefer to draw muzzles sort of going downwards. I like them sort of going up. Most people, as the shows, they sort of perk up a little bit. So I'd sort of did this line. It's kind of a hard shape. You just got to sort of train your hand to do it, but sort of just follow down and then go up and then around to the chin, just in a single stroke, and then just sort of define that with some overlap there. But yeah, I mean, you didn't have anything too bad to start with. It was pretty good. I was just again self-experimenting with that. It's always fun to play around with. How else can I do this? Like what other ways can I do this shape? just explore, and you'll often find new ways to grow and do arts.
Woo.
Anyway, do you have any other questions for us?
It takes
they
30
did-
seconds to get back to them.
They did say they did say the hooves were a bit not how I wanted them to be. I have a hard time with hooves or anything other than lines. Really, lines are easy to draw. Yep, I fixed that. Yeah, I mean, I struggle to get hoof shapes correctly, or not even correct, but you know, 'cause there's different ways of doing them. But just getting them to look how I want. It's not as easy as you think it is, because it's a very complex sort of curve. But just keep working on it.
All right. Well, they haven't come back with any questions yet, so we'll give them another 30-ish seconds, a minute. In the meantime, I'd like to remind everyone there's an Aggie still going on. Check this thing out.
Oh yeah, didn't mean to jump into that.
Everyone's just like drawing pictures. So how this works is you go and install your plugin, you get your Chrome sensitivity going, or if you're using Edge or IE11, it just works right out the box. If you're using Safari, best of luck. Yeah, basically choose or make a new layer if it hasn't assigned one to you, and you're just gonna join in the group drawing. Try not to destroy anything anyone else has made, and try and keep with the theme, but interpret it in any which way you want. The goal is to have fun.
Fun.
Oh no!
Oh my god.
All right. On to the next picture then.
All right. Who's on it?
It's us, I guess, which is this one right here. It's the Fluttershy.
The Fluttershy. All right.
So the artist is actually in here. Puck. You still with us, Puck? I do not know. This says something about opera and having best of luck. All right, so I like what you've been doing with the Fluttershy. She looks less roughed in and more into that refining segment.
Mm-hmm.
And you're leaving the water beneath it because it looks like you're shading and coloring in one go, which is fine. It's whatever approach you want. It works. Am I right about this, or did she lose her legs in the war?
Yeah, they're underwater legs.
Okay, good. God, she's adorable.
Really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think. The only one of the bigger things I'm seeing with her is that she kind of loses the plane she's on. You got some of this nice perspective going on, and at one point it looks like we're on top of the bridge looking down on it, but then suddenly we're at an angle with the Fluttershy here, looking at her like this. So there seems to be some confusions of planes. I'm not quite sure if we are directly above or if we're going for a tilt and looking at her. So that's one of the bigger things that poke out to me right away. And the suggestion I have for this is just scrap the bridge.
Yeah.
I would cut your image off, and that way you can play with the rule of thirds. So pretty much get a different layer so I can just quickly delete it after. Doop. Insert layer. Sweet. So rule of thirds, cool little make grid, split up your image evenly. Boop, pap, bram, ramp. And the shorthand of the rule is that something you want to be focused on is always going to take place on one of the lines, and most preferably in the intersection of the lines, because eyes do things, they like looking at stuff, math, science, brain things, you know, all that fun. Let me delete that layer. I'm not gonna go into it. There's so much more to learn about perspective and composition and I highly recommend you Google some stuff or go onto our Discord. We have tags to read
I
up
took
on.
the whole A level on this. It's actually pretty fun stuff once you sort of start learning it.
Oh, totally. It really brings stuff to life when you can
Yeah.
apply these
I
different
know it's like,
rules
oh,
of
how am I
thumbs.
supposed to learn these like really complicated things? But you just give it a shot. It's not as hard as you kind of expect it to be.
Totally. It's all very manageable in time and study and art, and there's people to do it with and all that fun stuff. The other thing that pokes out to me is I'm not quite sure where hills and valleys are. Some things aren't, they're very loosely defined. This could just be because you're still, you know, rendering and working on positioning and layout and all that fun stuff. But see here I see this break off of grass and then dirt and then water. But then all of a sudden I see this waterfall that extends even higher up here. So I guess I could say I'm a little confused on where the hill is and how it's going into the pond itself. So yeah, Q Pencil Case was doing a little like a little diagonal. You could have something more like that instead of a sharp edge of a waterfall. But if you're gonna do a waterfall, have it be something. Don't just have it be like this little thing. If you're gonna, because this looks like one of those waterfalls that is a grand straight fall from, you know, a decent sized cut off hillside, not necessarily like a rolling hill where it's, you know, a slope down to the pond. Or you can have one that's a gradual waterfall, like if I think I can draw over here and it'll make sense. Like you just, you know, say this is how high I want it to be in the ponds down here.
Like water
I
just
want
goes down a slope rather.
Yeah, I want it to like follow this slope. Maybe there's like rocks along the way that the water will run down. And just you have it gradually come down and having different like rocks poking out. A lot of cricks or creeks. You see that there's so many reference images out there you can look up to all like the slightly sloping creeks that snake their way through the forest and have, you know, slopes instead of straight falls. And I think that could add a really nice element to your picture, having a slope instead of the straight drop.
I think the term you're looking for is babbling brook.
Thank you.
No problem.
Babble, like I'm doing right now. Anyone else want to talk?
All right. Beyond the waterfall and slight weirdness, if we were just to go with this suggestion of just chop off that chunk of the image, I totally agree it'd work better. It still does look weird that Fluttershy would be facing the other way. So if I was to chop this off, I would actually reverse the image. And what that's going to... No, that's not going to get my desired... What am I doing here? No, I wouldn't. I would actually keep this extended. But I would try and pull Fluttershy rightwards. Is she on a different layer? Like, how many layers are we playing with here? So all of the coloring for Fluttershy is on one, and the black is on another. Okay. Are you able to grab her and move her around this plane? Sweet. My suggestion, open up the side of your water a bit here. So this continues off. And we're going to move her to somewhere over here. And the reason is this still fits with our happiness of thirds. And it opens up the side over this direction to be chopped off. So we can get rid of all of this. And then the bridge is no longer required. And it still lets us have all of this area where Fluttershy used to exist. It lets us put some little foliage in there and just sort of fill out the image. A few little reeds or something. What are they? Pussy willows? No, reeds.
Cattails.
Cattails, thank you. Yeah. Stick a few on there. Just minor things. Maybe even a fish swimming in the water. Who knows? Add a little life to it. Bring her over towards where that lily pad is. Place a few little things around her, and you'll have a pretty good. We have an image of it. A bit better composition. Yeah, like that.
Boom. Stuff in the foreground too. Yeah.
There we go. Whoever did the reeds in the foreground, thumbs up.
Cupid's the case.
Nice. All right. Do you have any further questions? Your main problems were the legs.
The legs. I can totally agree. That comes back to the first thing I said in Q pencil case, already on like a star. It's about being on the same plane. Your front two legs, they are indeed on the same plane, but the back one we lose it a bit. It starts to kind of like slide off to the side rather than be under her. And yeah, Q pencil case has a very nice bone structure laid out there, so.
I think if you're struggling to, sorry, I don't know it's with the cane, but if you're struggling to place the legs in the right place, sort of take them all off and establish the plane of existence like you've drawn there with the blue, and then try again. Can I just say also, I love the mane. It's
Yes.
so nice.
The mane is really quite lovely. I love the little separations of the hairs and such.
Yeah, so good.
Nice detail.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. Oh, did I fire one at the party too?
No.
All right, we're gonna do this. Yeah, Vital Mender. Party number 2. You want to do the top guy?
The blue-haired pony with the blue mane and
Oh
blue.
gosh. Is that me?
Yeah, you're
Yes.
party number 2.
Cool.
I was
Yeah.
prepared, I was drawing on
Oh.
Yagi.
And
I'm gonna have a look at this then.
party number 1, you want to look at Nova Star?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Let me go
Was it
first.
Nova Star is red? Oh, red. Alright.
Yeah, party number 2's first.
So the first thing that comes out to me is the mane, and I will say you've got some lovely overlap going, because like a lot of people just draw this in the same, you get the whole zigzag thing going, but you've actually got some overlap going, and that's really good. Anything is, I don't know exactly what it is that's bothering me. Stardust, I think the bottom of it, it's nice that you've tried to get some sort of shape going here where it flows in at the bottom. Most of the time when I see it though, it's just like a straight line, but or you could do it like a zigzag to sort of just show that that's where the hair is starting. But I think it's specifically the spikes that are kind of bothering me a little bit. I think what I do when I'm trying to determine how to do hair, one thing I learned from like anime tutorials is like do a little circle and then like branch the hair out from that point. Obviously, with something like this, it'd be a little bit harder because it's like it's a line, but maybe that's like the thing. Maybe it's not really supposed to go as much in a line. But it definitely helps sort of establish the general area of where the hair is going. Especially when it gets to sort of like the back, because I think what it is it lacks a bit of flow. Oops, I can't undo anymore. Where like hair should, where you don't so much have hair going like this, it should instead sort of be more of a of flowing. It's really hard to draw in this program.
Be strong.
Yeah. It's going to be very uneven. It's going to be, you're going to have like mix of thin bits and thick bits. So you sort of break it up at points. I like to do a thing where I sort of go thick, thin, thick, thin, and sort of variate it, because that makes it have like a much nicer sort of variety. But do different bits as well. Like okay, I can't undo again. The undo level on this program is really terrible. Oh whoops! I switched the canvas. I didn't even know I could do that. There we go. You can do sort of like the cross section bit like this. Oops. I did the wrong thing and now I can't redo. Yeah, have a play. I think a key pencil case is sort of like looking at where the hair is going, because it's very sort of low down at the front. No, I think that's just because the pony's laying down, so like all the hair is going to be like flowing onto the top. The other thing is just make sure it sort of goes around the pillows. Like if I can just play around this, where's my pen? That's right. I copied the color of the hair. Oops. So you got this shape here. And that's sort of this sort of shape. So what you could do instead of just having it flat is focus on making it show that it's flowing around this pillow thing. When you got, it looks nice in this bit. You got this bit flowing down, and then a couple extra little bits have a nice variety to them, and then you've got sort of more bits poking up from under the body. That bit that down here looks really nice. It's this top bit. I think it's because it's specifically going up into the distance past the pillow that it kind of looks like it's defying gravity a bit. So just sort of think about flowing that around the pillow section, and that should be better. What else do we have? Who is it who's been doing the legs?
That was me.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Basically, all I did was I just added a little bit of rigidity to the bones, because right now your bones are kind of jelly because the legs are just like one long, gentle curve. Bones tend to not just be like one long jelly curve unless they're like malformed. Bones are usually a bit more rigid, and so I just straighten the legs out a little bit is all.
I suck at legs. I struggle with it, but I can see a point. The wing seems fine. I can't see any major problems with like the shape of the body or anything. Because I mean, it's a good sort of composition, because the pony's on a very flat plane. That's very hard to get wrong because you haven't got a 3D perspective going here. So you don't need to worry about the usual thing of the legs falling on the same plane or anything, because they're very much in one direction. We're looking directly down on it, which is pretty interesting. So you giving yourself a lot of sort of leeway towards that. So I can't see any problems with how the body's posed or anything, but Pensuke seems to be going nuts there. Do you want to talk about what you're doing?
Horse was saying that he thought the belly didn't match the butt, so I
I can see that.
just normally, because I don't know how to say in English, the place where the things breathe are is here, so the belly will go a little bit in.
So where it goes from the chest down to the thigh. It's a good point though, because like you're sort of looking at how the body flows in its shape. I like how you've done this as well. You see where it sort of goes. You got like the thicker chest here, and then it dips into the tummy, and then comes out to the thigh. That's really nice. Sort of looking at how the back. This is something else that I struggle with a lot as well. Is getting the body to look right and not like a really weird shape. That's really cool. Take our amazing pencil cases wisdom here. Anyone else have anything? Or do you have any other specific questions you want us to have a look at it? Gee, are they in the chat, or is this just just an archived one.
They're in the chat.
Yeah.
I believe they're horse.
No, Orange
No,
Juice Rush.
Orange juice. Orange juice.
That's a cool name.
I think you just like juice. You might have bias. Just saying.
Juice is tasty.
Yeah, I had some. Well, not juice. I had some strawberry squash today. It was nice.
What?
Strawberry flavored squash. Ribena. I've not had squash in ages. Least all strawberry though.
Okay, so I heard squash and I thought of the vegetable. So I
Yes.
was
Yeah.
very confused.
It's what we call concentrate, basically.
Okay.
Juice is like when it's naturally squeezed. Or it can be concentrated as well, but it's like a different thing. Squash needs to be diluted a lot.
Oh, okay. Today
Orange
I
Juice
learned.
Rush says, I think I don't have any questions. Cool.
Okay.
Well,
We're-
great stuff. Absolutely keep it up because you got a lot of potential here. So great.
We're gonna move on to the next one then, or the last one, which is Umber Honest and its thoughts. Oh, that's a question mark there. This one looks to be handled by Allie, Claw, and someone else.
Me. Me.
All right. You two lovely people wanna talk?
Why don't you go ahead first, Gift?
Yeah, I just looked at the hooves for it just I think they are a bit, especially the end part of the hoof is too long, and so they look a bit like call
It's a bit
this.
stretched.
I don't know. Yeah, look like long stretched out. And also the left hoof appeared on the body and not behind it. So it looked like it was in the middle of the chest and not on the shoulder.
I think that makes sense. I totally agree. Very, very long hooves, which can work, but for the proportions you've given yourself, they seem slightly off. Which is fine. Like, you definitely can see all sorts of styles using all sorts of proportions, but this is just a suggestion from us. I definitely agree they could use with shorting up, just like Gift said.
I think just make the elbow longer like I did here.
Definitely, yeah. So, something else I did, going back to proportions, was I used our, one of the more popular, methods in the fandom to measure out your proportions, which is using circles. And that's 1 circle for the head and 2 for the body. It kind of gave a little more to your pony's body. Not saying that, whatever size your pony is, it's still nice to have those circles, those curves, those things that really fill out the pony and make it feel like it has something to it, not just a flatness or a very small breakableness. They're ponies, They got some. They're tough. They're tough and full of marshmallows, so they can take anything. So what I did here was first I enlarged your head. I gave it a nice big circle. Usually when you look at the circles, it's the head and the butt circle relatively are around the same size, and the chest is just slightly smaller than that. So like I said, I made your head bigger. And something I did was I moved down the expression a little bit. You have the head tilted up slightly. I think it would benefit you to have it down slightly instead of tilted up, because you can really fill out that face nicer. It's definitely a better position to start with. I encourage you to push like you did before with the pushing the position up, but it really helps to get an idea of 3/4 angle, kind of like sitting that way, just so you can really learn how the eyes sit on the face and how the nose bridge and how the mouth opens and all that stuff, so you can go push for awesomer angles like you were approaching and doing right there. The other small things about your face is the nose was slightly too high. I'd bring it down. Usually noses sit at about, I want to say 3/4, the 3/4 level, or I guess 1/4 if you're going from the bottom of the circle to the top.
About 3 horses tall.
3 horses.
Too many horses.
So I brought that down, and it just made your smile nice and happy, and you know, you had a nice happy smile. I just kind of red does not work for that. It just makes it look like it's eaten some animals. So I also moved your eyes. Having them stare. I know you're trying to get them to stare up and at something, but they feel cross-eyed doing the way you did it. I highly suggest having one focal point off to the side to help draw the attention and really give them something to focus at. Sometimes it's staring at you poses or the staring like right above you tend to fall flat. A lot of the time, you want to get them to focus on something, one thing in one direction. So, putting the eyes both to one side kind of helps stop the cross-eyedness, because especially at the twisted angle, not just like front on, it looks like they're facing two different ways. The other thing I touched on was the wings. They have a very nice flow. I love your action line. This right there is a lovely action line for wings, and it really feels great to have that spread. The only thing I would suggest is filling out your wings more. I could go into detail, but the best thing you can do is look up references of wings, look up guides for wings, and see just how many feathers are involved and how many layers of feathers. Sure, you can do like the pony style, which is, you know, just the few little feathers that they have going on, but you seem to be going for a much more detailed, so I think that would really help incorporate. And what Q Pencil Case is drawing here is a really nice, simple guide, kind of like a layout for feathers. There's sections, you know, different areas, how the feathers fall. Thumb. Yes, thumb feather. But just for the sake of time and the sake of yourself, go look at references, go look up things, see how the feathers are broken down. I know there's a lot of great guides. Come to our Discord, a bunch of people, we can point you to guides, you know, super happy to help. So many people are happy to help. But yeah, just add some more feathers and feel the structure, because I feel like you kind of lose the feather shape around this area. You have a nice spread out here. There's a nice separation, nice like feel of spread, but then kind of just all weans in, and I feel like I lose that feather effect. Same here, the angle just feels slightly off. So I would just, you know, like I did here, it's just a little bit different bend, and it's not just a straight line. There's different muscles and bends, like Q Pencil Case. There's, you know, boom, boom, boom. Really breaking it down. Wicka wicka. Otherwise, I just gave your body a little bit more something to it. You know, I really gave it some marshmallows, filled it out, gave it, since you want these like a little bit larger legs, even though we shortened them a little bit, you can still have slightly larger, but fill out the body as well, so you don't have these big beefy arms and a little bitty body. And I hope that quick review came through. If you were here, I'd ask for questions. Anyone here have questions? Any here something to say?
Yeah, what's your favorite color?
I'm partial to like silvers and purples, but I also really dig earth tones.
So everything, got it.
Yeah.
My favorite color is rainbow. Damn it!
Listen, I went to a geology museum yesterday and just so many pretty stones in different colors. Listen. Yes, I played hooky and went to a museum. I am such a cool cat.
So we're out of art. This is like a new Academy record, guys. Seriously. We definitely did 6 pictures. We're gonna count the little doodle down here as a picture.
It's a very cute one.
I'd like to remind everyone there's still an Aggie going on, and it needs a lot more lovin'. Show me all your lovin'. Love. Wait, we aren't allowed to do that. That's Beatles.
You know, they're gonna come after us now.
Apple.
They're
Apple
real
will.
protective of that.
Yeah. Alright.
So are we done?
Yeah, we usually give them a few minutes to see if they want to throw anything at us.
I don't think I have anything.
Jesus.
There,
Definitely not anything that's not an SFW anyway.
unfortunately, we are not allowed to do that.
Yes.
Dad.
We don't want 7 next week. Can you do? Spellbound Canvas. We wanted to actually talk to you
Yeah. Perfect.
in a good way. Good way.
Yes.
So, the 2
Stay
pictures.
behind. Go to the principal's office, young man.
Yes. The pictures you posted. Their posting date's 2015. We suspect you have learned stuff since then, based on the fact that your art has improved since then. No, I didn't get that, Binky. Could you relink it to me?
Throw it to our face again. Sometimes it misses our face.
Yeah.
Sometimes it just splats on the wall and we're like, what was that?
Because Spellbound Canvas, we've seen you doing full shaded images, or at least pushing into the shading universe, backgrounds and all that. These pictures are, well, they're your old work, your 2015 work. If we're to critique these, you aren't going to learn anything because it's not even fresh in your mind anymore. That's 2 years back. I don't remember what I did 2 days ago, let alone 2 years back. So the mistakes I made, the problems I had of that art back then, isn't going to help me today. What's going to help me today is a picture I did this week.
That being said, I think going back and looking at an old picture you've done and redrawing it and just seeing how you do things differently now, it really helps you evaluate what you do now in the present versus what you did in the past. So that's always really fun. I've been meaning to do more of that.
And that's a totally valid thing to do. Go back at your art. It's actually a good
But
thing
sadly,
to do.
getting your old art critiqued isn't much help to an artist.
Yeah. And this is just based on all of us having done this before. Hey, can you look at this picture? Oh, right, I didn't actually get anything from that.
We've evolved. Time changes. You learn, you grow. You know.
Yeah. I mean, if I was to ask math questions from 2 years ago, how does that apply to the physics I'm doing today? Right?
PEMDAS.
What is math?
Math is that thing you have to put in a glass tube.
Oh, it's that class that I never paid attention to. Cool.
Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally.
What?
PEMDAS. The order of operation. Come on, guys, math.
I did bed mass.
Bed mass.
Bed mass.
What's bed mass?
It's the order of operations.
But parentheses. What does B stand for?
Actually, I forget what the acronym. Brackets.
Maybe you say
Yeah,
brackets. Yeah. So it's the same thing, just
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Canadianized.
What are you guys talking about?
Brackets, exponents, divide, multiply, add, subtract. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we have a pony here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is the pony on the right secret?
Secrets?
I'm not sure, but I think I know that OC.
Oh, secret stash?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking.
Yeah, I've drawn secret stash. Let me
The
It
cutie
does
mark.
look like, oh, the cutie mark does look like secret stash scheme mark.
The main doesn't quite, but
I give.
It's got like the same curl on the bottom, but like it's like more fuzzy.
Did you both just out yourself as artists?
What? What? What?
Don't worry about it.
what?
Don't worry about it.
I am worried about it.
All right, let's just critique this picture. First of all, you got any questions?
Questiones, the question section.
What?
I'm just
Very
you know,
nice song.
just singing. We might have a musical episode.
Yes, please.
I can't sing. I rather don't sing. No, this is not gonna end well.
I'll sing for your parts.
Musical critiques were great, thank you.
We need to just go off the bat, starting off with an episode of musical critique. Maybe next week.
Can we get like Mando Pony in here, and he's gonna help us?
Well, we got Flitzy in earlier.
Oh,
Let's get Flitzy.
I know Flitzy sings. I finally got him to come on my radio show
Woo.
last weekend.
Ooh.
Like right at the end, he was like, "Oh, darn, I missed another one." I was like, "Quick, jump in for the last like minute."
All right. So the hooves and wings, really.
I have a question. Which pony is supposed to have wings? I'm gonna guess the non-unicorn, but I'm not gonna judge if there's an Alcorn or C.
I'm gonna judge.
So mean. So mean.
Sometimes I forget even I have an icon. So.
Is it just Fluffy's eye wearing like a costume? I hope it is.
Like a superhero.
Yeah.
Oh no, unfortunately it's not.
Penelope wings are open? I don't see open wings here at all.
These like open like that, or like are they?
Are we looking at the right picture? No, that's the
This
only.
one they linked. Oh, this here, this one. These no, that's the shoulders. Oh, I got it. Okay, so you wanted something coming out.
I understand. They aren't there. They're wondering how to make them look.
Yeah.
Ah!
Woo! Figuring it out. Teamwork.
We definitely need a musical. So it is kind of a hard thing to like figure out where to put it on wings or something if you haven't done them from the start. Like, because you're like, they're gonna be either covered up or they're gonna cover up other stuff that I've drawn, and I don't want to erase that stuff. It's a trap that you're gonna fall into a lot until you start getting the hang of it. But like the same thing goes for like the mane or like the hair and the character in general. Anything that's gonna like cover up part of their body. If you draw the body underneath it first and you like it too much, you're gonna be like, I don't want to get rid of that other ear. But it's a trap you gotta not fall into. Still, which did they say which character has the wings?
The one that's not a unicorn. So, the one basically the wings would be coming out this direction if anyone wants to tackle that.
Okay, I've just been drawing wings and I can see if I'm allowed. I could.
It's all yours, buddy.
Yeah. I can actually. Oh my god, we can rotate the cameras. I'm trying to zoom in though. I can't.
The zoom in's right beside the rotate.
I have to. Oh, I didn't use a mouse pleb. I can't. If it keeps minimizing. Alright, finally I can draw. Okay.
Use it. He called this a pleb for using a mouse, and yet he's bashing his face against the keyboard trying to make it work.
Auto cucumber.
I never click on any shortcuts ever. I'm always just like using the keyboard.
Your tail looks fine. I would just smooth out the start of it just a little bit. Right here, specifically. Very mild change. Put a belly button right in. No. Ponies with belly buttons look weird.
There's an entire DA group dedicated to just that.
I'm in that group.
Oh my god.
They invited me to it, and I'm like, why not?
Why not? I always find it funny, the groups that have like, it's not that like I'm offended it exists, it's just that there's a group that specific.
Yeah.
Like there's that Berry Punch one, the Tumblr one. It was done by, trying to remember the artist's name. They now do Pinchy, and they've stopped and they go back and ask that cheerily. They've done a few of them, a few Tumblrs, and they all featured belly buttons in them. In fact, we have a link to their drawing stuff on our subreddit. Let me find their stuff. because in case people forgot, we have links everywhere over our subreddit. It's just filled with references.
References are golden.
References are friends, not food.
Oh, so I should stop eating my references.
Yes.
Yeah, you need to keep those to look at them again.
Well, if you print out 2 copies and you need more fiber in your day, sure, you can eat one of them.
I miss that. Like, I had this sketchbook once in college. I had this cute little back flap in it. It's like a little section of sort of back folders on the back cover. So I actually print out like a bunch of little references, like information on ponies, centaurs, all kinds of like human anatomy references and stuff. And I just kept them in the back just because it was nice to go and draw with it.
Yes. I used to have like...
I don't do enough traditional sketching anymore. So what did you used to have, Ali? Ali, where did you go?
Where did I go where?
You cut off.
Oh, sorry. I was just... Yeah, I did the same thing. I had like a little folder of like art I really liked that I wanted to like reference and such, and it was just like this little like... Those little plastic folders you have in 1st grade that like... You stick 3 papers in. And it's
Yes. I used to have a big like zip folder, one of those plastic zip folders, but it was just full of pictures I like, just to sort of keep me like motivated through the day. My support teachers hated it. They're like, pay attention in class, stop like being distracted. But I'm like, this helps me stay focused because it stops me from just zoning out, and it keeps me happy. Don't you want me to be happy?
No, we want you to learn.
What are we doing again? Are we reviewing this piece?
Yep. If anyone who drew on it wants to discuss what they did, that would be totally...
I just outlined the wings. There's not really much to say other than this is how I think they should look.
Well, they like it, so...
Yay.
I'm trying to find sources.
Sources.
Even doing like the show style wings it took me a while to learn how to do them, like how they are in the show. I have my own flair on it, and it didn't really come out well in this drawing thing because it's very hard to draw in this program as accurately as you would normally. But you have like sort of the curve that comes up, and then it curves back forward again into the top feather, and then you have like the little feathers come out sort of halfway through that as I've drawn here. It's very rough, but it's a good idea, a good sort of representation. I think.
No, definitely. Yeah, I find it funny. I've actually had a harder time trying to draw show style wings than I have like real bird wing reference and whatnot.
I love your wings, especially that one with the griffin. We'd like done a lot of study, and I'm just like, oh my god, the wings! It's got the perfect like layers, and they flow so well. It's like, oh my god.
I drew so many wings that week. Like, wow. So many. I was sick of wings after that.
You just draw so many that you just look behind you, you've grown some. You're like, oh, for God's sake, I've had enough wings.
Sweet. I don't need a car anymore. I got wings.
Wouldn't that be amazing? I could just imagine being like, oh, I've had enough of wings. I've been studying them all day.
All right, I'm out of things on this. You got any more questions, Binky? Sounds like we went way off the tangent.
We're still waiting for people to finish sketching and talk about this stuff, honestly.
You should draw more. It's gonna fix that problem.
Mm-hmm. Draw daily if you can. Like 5 minutes a day.
I should. See, Ali here was doing that, and for this art server we're in, the Art Plaza Extravaganza, she's like way ahead of. I could never catch up to you in school because you're just doing a drawing every day. Even if I draw every day now, you would still be probably drawing every day, and I would still never catch up.
Yes, constantly and doing it every day helps a lot.
Yeah, I definitely sort of. It's surprising how quickly you can fall out of drawing and end up in a rut because you just go a few 2 minutes long playing a video game or something, and you just like, I don't really feel like drawing right now, and then as soon as you give into that, boom, you fall out of drawing for like a month.
Mm-hmm. I think I didn't draw once last summer, and then I just was like,
Yeah.
nope, can't
It's
do
like,
this anymore.
Even if you just draw like a crappy doodle that you don't plan on showing anyone or doing anything with, that has no purpose, just do something, because then like you're like, oh, it's gonna be so annoying. But once you've done it, it's like, oh my god, yeah, I drew something, and maybe you feel like you could do more after that, and it keeps you in the mood for it.
Yeah. People think I'm crazy when you say like you're never gonna improve. Like I'll say like, listen, draw 5 minutes, 2 minutes, just something once a day, and you are guaranteed to improve. But they're like, but you need to actually study and do work. It's like, well, you gotta, but you're never gonna improve if you don't draw.
It is important, but just actually drawing. Like I'd say if it was constantly drawing and never actually studying or researching, or constantly researching, studying, and never actually drawing, like practicing, I would go for constantly drawing. Like if you had to choose between those two things, I think at least then you're going to be still trying to change how you're doing things and learning, but still it's important to actually draw, but also actually study. Just to take art you like and be like, hey, how did they do that shape? I should try that shape. The secret shall be mine.
It's like it all can be compared to like riding a bike, because like sure, first you got to learn to ride a bike, and then you can learn to do tricks on the bike. You don't go straight to doing tricks on the bike until you can like stably ride the bike.
Very good point. You learn to walk before you run, you mean?
Pretty much. Gotta crawl, walk, run.
Basically, you can't move backwards with drawing, I think. As long as you're moving forward. Like you're making progress. So just doesn't matter if you're failing, just keep
I have a quote on my inspirational broken monitor where I put sticky notes of inspiring things. And the quote is, even if you fall on your face, you're still moving forward. Booyah.
In a slightly awkward direction, but you're still moving. It's not a case of don't go backwards, it's a case of you can't really, as long as you're doing anything. Fail and fail again. Anyway, were we moving on now?
I think we're all out of art. I'll just make the announcement one more time. If anyone watching, welcome if it's your first time. If not, we're just kind of hanging out. Draw up. Stranger, Aggie alert. Post the Aggie. We have an Aggie going on. You guys can draw together. This week's theme is shipping. So feel free to hop in, draw a ship, draw a box being shipped, draw a UPS. I don't know if you really like your mailman. Go ahead, draw him in there. Feel free to join in on that. That's always fun. Also, if there's anyone who has art you wish to throw at our faces that we can try to help you with, definitely we can do our best. We're just a bunch of artists who are learning and want to help others learn a lot. Learn. I don't know. My coffee is setting in. I'm just going. Oh, there's the Aggie. Look at that. Look at all the people drawing in there. You guys can draw in there too. Just hop in.
I'm drawing Derpy. Why did I not think to draw her in a male outfit? Shipping.
Give her a little hat.
I should try. I could probably fit that on. Maybe even that outfit too. I just need to look up reference. Reference.
Ding ding
important. Someone's sketching it for me, and I can just go ahead and draw that. That's cute. I bet that's Key Pencil Case doing that.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, absolutely come join in, draw stuff with us.
Oh, and join our Discord. If you're hanging out here, we have a Discord where we talk about art, and mostly we're just really silly a lot of the time.
But I can say it's been the most amazing group I've ever joined. It's and thank you, Ali. Thank you, Ali, for bringing me in, because it's been such a good place to grow.
Friendship
plus.
Friendship.
Y'all are awesome. Y'all plus.
I came back to like disgustingness They're all just like, we're so adorable.
You wanna? I got a bucket if you wanna puke rainbows into something.
Oh god.
You
I
can.
love you people.
There's if you scroll down on our description, you'll see a link to the Discord. Here, I'll post it just for you. Get your ass. Look at that. All right, we got this picture done by a vital mender. Some people might know her as that voice that just squeaked behind us.
The one who communes with bats.
So
It's her special talent.
tell us about this picture. It looks like copper core in a very mini vital.
Small pond.
Am I right?
So, I got a ruler out because I was curious, and I actually measured out the size difference that we had, like, because we had decided their size difference, but I never actually measured it out, and I think it's a little bit too much. Because there's such a huge size difference.
Are you talking height?
Yeah!
Oh. Maybe he was
Very
working in
small.
metric.
Small ponds. Oh, copper core's getting close.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, they
You look so cute now.
I will end you.
I hope so.
No, you won't.
That means we get to hang out for at least 3 minutes.
That's a very big copper core there.
I hope you're coming to BronyCon. I'm gonna bring you a nice big green bow now.
We got one more art posted also.
Uh-oh. The one you did the other night. Oh my gosh, pajamas! Alright, so... Your ears on Mini Vital seems to go, like, really, really far back compared to her head. Why did I draw that as a square? A head's not a square. A head's a beach ball.
It's like a beach ball with a wedge, you know.
Alright. Eyes got moved down. Yeah, eyes are a little bit down, and the ears are quite a bit back. I would move the ears towards somewhere like here. So they're all like, ooh, I'm adorable ears. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I know you've been basing your ponies heavily off of actual mammalian horses, but there's something about how they walk backwards that just looks weird. Like this leg, it's just so stiff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because it has no curve to the hoof on the backward step.
Oh, yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
It's such a small horse. It's a small little pony.
It just means Coppercore has to walk everywhere, and Blast is just going to take a nap on his back.
Oh,
You
One of
want to
them-
know something funny?
Is one of them giant and one of them like specifically tiny, or
I don't know.
She's not that small.
A pair.
He's just really big.
it's just like it's not so much just like height, but it actually looks like because they have all the same proportions and ratios and everything. Like the eyes are the same, the horns are the same. Like everything's pretty much in the same proportion, but just like it literally looks like you're in the distance, or like shrank because it's like I don't know. It's just something about it. It doesn't make it look like one's taller than the other. It just looks like one's kind of shrank. But I don't know if that's just me.
I think the one thing I would suggest is pushing Vital's chest in just a little bit. It's the neck seems to be slightly disconnected from the body, just a little too far.
Okay.
That's just super little tweaky nitpick, but otherwise, I really don't have much to critique. Rainbows, wow, that's impressive. Stuff, even in this program.
What are you? What?
Rainbow.
He's having fun. Really.
I might have lost it.
Oh, okay. So, fun fact. Guess what it's called when like there's two people in a relationship and the shorter person in the relationship is the bigger spoon. Guess what it's called?
Jetpack.
Yes, and I love it.
What?
Just like the little person is the big spoon, and then just like a little jetpack on the biggest person.
Oh my gosh.
When I found
As
that
a
out,
side note,
yeah.
Glass can't ride on Copper's back because she's bigger than him.
I think Copper's just gotta like hit the gym. Just saying. He'll hit the gym, just be able to bench press you. Great. All right, we got to make room for one more picture on here. What are we gonna do? We're just gonna. I know what we're gonna do. We're just gonna paste it on top of stuff. Kind of like how I clean up my room. I just throw stuff on top of other things and call it clean.
That works.
Well, if no one sees the ground, then it's clean, right?
Sure.
Sure. Why not?
So the layer we're dealing with is called layer 5.
The legendary.
4 or 5.
It's going to be weird in this other hotel we're in, because this is the party hotel this time. This is where there's multiple parties going on at once that are, like, public.
All I know is I'm not entering the room first again.
All right.
Oh God.
We're going to send in one of the people I'm going with. They've never been to conventions, never... One's, like, a high school teacher. It'll be great.
Oh, yes,
God.
please. Please.
Is there a story here?
Yeah.
Yes, but we can't tell it on this chat.
No.
We can only reference it. We'll tell you later.
I really wish I could go to BronyCon. Oh my god.
Go to
Oh my
BronyCon.
God, oh my god, it's too expensive.
Just sell a kidney.
Responsible decisions, you know. So, cute Fluttershy and PJs.
Hey, cute pencil guys. Are they here?
She should be here.
Mouse.
I'm here.
Pencil.
Do you see what's all over this Fluttershy?
Little
it
bits
fluff?
of fluff.
Yes.
Fluffy.
I like the double boot. That's the shit.
All right. Do you have any questions about your pwn here? In particular, you'd like us to address, maybe?
Where's
I
this
can't even
other-
see it.
It's up at the
Thomas.
top.
Thomas.
Ah,
It's
there
just-
it is.
Yeah, it's just pasted over stuff. Oh my gosh, she's got a little... Oh, that's so cute. What's wrapping up the top of her mane is a little butterfly.
That's
cute.
Aww.
I spoiled that just as you were awing over it. And the bunny slippers. Does
I love the little
Angel
bunny
have Fluttershy slippers, or is he too lame to make the tank and dash reference that Fluttershy's obviously trying to do?
Oh, he definitely has Fluttershy slippers. He's just too tsundere to have them on all the time.
Yeah, he just doesn't want people to see him in them. I don't want people to know I actually adore my owner.
Set the butterfly pin up to be more noticeable. Well, I noticed it. The problem is its color is identical to the rest of her hair.
I was gonna say, like, changing the color.
Make it a blue butterfly. That will stick out a lot.
Or a red one to match the BJs.
Yeah, something that's not pink. And give it the band, like actually show the band.
Though the one problem I have though with how the hair is set up is that the hair almost feels like it's a side view, and she's at a 3/4 view. So I would just be careful of that. Like if we, let me see if I can.
How would you fix it, Allie? Oh, she's gonna fix it. Guys, watch
see
this.
if I can demonstrate some
Magic.
dim magics. I can't do it right. Dim magic.
You gotta
Anyway.
go with your fake French.
She's German though.
Go with the fake French.
Good
Who
enough.
is
Okay.
German?
Photo finish.
So you have this nice little like, since her hair's pulled back, you kind of have like a helmet kind of going on her head. It's the best I can think of how to phrase it. But what you're gonna now have is overlap. So instead of the bun, just no, don't freeze on me now. Okay, good.
Don't stop me now.
So now you're gonna have the bun overlapping on the back instead of just coming out on the side, like that. Little.
Oh, it looks really good. That's got a much better perspective. You can still have the butterfly showing up.
Yeah, you can still have the butterfly. It'll just be, you know, peeking out over here. It's same area, you know. Just have it peek out. You can even have I know girls use these all the time. I have a few. I'm trying to think. They're like little forks. They almost look like little tongs. You can slip
those
into
are
your hair
great.
to hold. Yeah, they're great. They hold up your hair in buns, and they usually have decorative jewels or such on the back. Let me see if I can find one.
That sounds
if you know what I'm
painful to
It's- it's-
sleep in.
Is
Oh,
it
you
those
don't
things?
sleep in it. Yeah.
Is it those things that you see like ninjas and spies like take out and they use them as like they're actually like daggers or whatever. When you have like
Yes.
female ninjas and stuff.
You can even just use chopsticks. I've seen people just, you know, I sometimes shove a paintbrush in there to hold up a bun. Listen, it holds. It works. It's crazy.
How does it work?
Lots of tension.
Ooh, so tense.
So it takes tension to do it.
Do. Come on. If only I can find an example with like it in somebody's hair and next to it, so you can see the full little setup.
So we've deflated the butt a little bit because all that junk inside the trunk was causing an issue. It might be a shark. We had to add tension. Anything on the colors that I can fix, I feel the colors that I put are very flat. You did put a pretty desaturated color as her pajamas.
I mean, I'd also say it's flat just because there's also no shading, so it's really not much you can do about it feeling flat, unless you go in and shade and, you know,
Yeah.
all that fun.
It's a very weird color to choose for pajamas. I don't know. She seems like she would have bright and happy pajamas.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't know. I think red's a nice color. It's like a.
It's like pink though.
That's true.
So, really sort of dull strawberry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So using colors that are already found on the pwn is always a good choice. Like Fluttershy has blue eyes. A nice blue works great for contrasting the rest of Fluttershy.
Oh,
I would avoid bright red, mostly because I keep ruining all my clothes with my red shirts. I'm a grown-ass man, and I still can't get rid of the reds.
Horse is making a good point. You wouldn't want to wear one of those to bed. So I don't really know that putting it with pajamas makes sense.
I mean, it is a good point. It's true.
Depends if she's gotten her mane out yet. If she's like on her way to bed, just sort of chilling in the PJs in the room.
Yeah.
Or...
Like, cause like there can be multiple things. Like, if you really want to go for the cozy bed look, do a scrunchie. A scrunchie with maybe like a little puffball butterfly on it. If you want to do the pins, cause you can also like. Sometimes I'll just throw my hair up like that before I'm going to bed, just to get like it out of my head, and I don't care what I look like. It'll be like a messy bun, and then I just stick it out, pull it out before I just lay down. It's that simple. And then I'm like, these are colorful cartoon horses that talk to each other. So,
I mean,
whatever.
Fine, Allie. We can be a realist here.
So, I mean, all make great points. In the end, it's whatever you like.
These are colorful cartoon horses who talk. Stop putting realism into my horses.
We can believe it's real.
2 second side tangent. When I was at a con, I was at a panel for one of the directors talking, and someone asked the question like, "Oh, that episode where Trixie shot herself in a cannon into a bear's mouth, she was trying to commit suicide." And he turns to the fan, he's just like, "Guys, this is a kids show that we make for kids. Y'all are reading too much time to get your hobby."
Oh, so many people just went, no, my analytics career.
Rip, did you, bro?
He stopped doing that a while ago.
Yeah, I know. I was making a joke because I can think of some other analysts. I don't really watch them much anymore.
Silver Quill.
Yeah, I've never seen this stuff.
Dr. Wolf.
Anthony C. I like his stuff.
He's ridiculous though. Like his actual personality is just so over the top. It's awesome. Why is there a shark? There's always a shark. It's tension. I had to add tension to the main ball thing. Thank you. Thank you. Someone got it.
What?
Well, Allie said the way you keep it up is by keeping it under tension.
Oh.
Wow. That was a high class joke right there. Like, ooh, right over.
Apparently, I had to explain it twice. There's pills for that. Yes, there are. Yeah, they're called Obi-Kelp.
Got Hangouts text.
That's my roommate. 2 doors down.
Side note, I'm really annoyed that the Hangouts is like moving away from SMS now. I'm like, ugh, I have to use the normal messaging app with the pleb.
Who uses actual text anymore?
Whenever I do get text sometimes, I'm like, I like using Hangouts. And it's like, what other use will I have for Hangouts?
To message me. Despite the fact that you haven't added me to it yet. You still can message me.
I don't have anyone on it. I'm like, who actually talks on there as opposed to using like Discord or Skype or something?
I talk on there all the time.
So, do we have any more art critiques?
No.
Any more art critique? Nothing?
No.
Nobody?
Nothing.
Well, I would just like to reveal that after weeks of hiding raritatos and Inky finding some of them, and I just would like to say every time he found one, I would sneak it into a pocket in his backpack that he never used, and he finally discovered all 7 that were in his backpack.
Oh my god!
I just got a text message saying, "Woman, what is this?" and a picture of all the raritatos in his backpack.
The best relationship.
Ah, you're the best. Just the
I
best.
just I felt proud. I needed to make that announcement to the public who has been through me through this raritato journey.
It's been the best journey. It's been
Ellie?
wonderful adventure.
Allie, can you bring a raritato to BronyCon so it can be the traveling raritato?
Oh yes, I need to. I have to.
We just need pictures of it everywhere.
I always have a convention question.
All right. Well, if no one else has any art, I highly suggest you all hop on over to our Discord. If you're new-time users, you're going to have to follow some steps that are outlined directly to you in the page that is thrown at your face. Please read everything, and then do what it tells you to do. And then you'll get to talk to us wonderful people. like us. Us. You wanna? Trust me.
Zomzom's a pretty great guy. You want to talk to him?
I know I am. Just ego. Ego.
Boost it. Boost it.
I might not have the karma score, but I have ego. All right, we're gonna call it a day. So, oh jeez,
But
Allie,
it's nighttime.
I feel so proud.
I'm proud of you. Have you taken? Wait, why are they all missing a main?
They easily fall apart.
Oh, have you taken them apart and actually stuck them on a real pony, like a real potato?
I have not.
You should. The mini potatoes. Everyone has them, right? That's a normal part of meals.
I mean, I wish I had them all the time.
You should buy some mini potatoes just so you can make a real rare potato.
I should. You know what? For you, sometime this week, I'll have to buy mini potatoes.
And then you get to eat them. I suggest taking the plastic off first, though.
I guess. I mean, plastic's good for you, right?
All right. Wait, but you can't talk? What do you mean you can't talk? No,
Well,
Discord's chat, like it's text chat mostly.
My brain is just skipping so many beats right now. I think I am not even speaking English anymore.
I was reading the other chat. The
Speaking.
Picartu. Picky-doo?
I'm so confused.
Don't worry about it. I'm in 3 conversations at once, and I'm talking to them. It's great. It's fine. We love it.
Y'all are wonderful.
If we weren't, it'd probably be a problem. Wow, there's a few posts made. Damn it. Anyway, talk to y'all later. Thanks.
Bye, everybody. Join Discord. Have fun. Love you. Bye.